kind of fell into it by accident. You know, I was wrestling. I used to always watch. I watched the old UFCs, but never really thought I'd do it. I thought those guys were crazy, but I enjoyed to watch it and wrestled. And met Chuck Liddell down in. I was going to school in San Luis Obispo, and Chuck was out there. He was he fought in the UFC. He wasn't really famous at the time. He was kind of known as a local tough guy. So I kind of stopped by to check out his gym, you know, just for fun. And you know, I thought I was going to beat Chuck up, of course. You know, the guy with the mohawk. He looked like some karate guy, but then you know, it turned out that way. He gave me quite a beating. It was fun. So I went in there, started wrestling with Chuck, messing around, and ended up one day, you know, took a fight at some Indian reservation after only training for a couple weeks. Again, that was random. Wasn't really planning on taking it serious, but I'm like, oh, I'll take a fight. You know, I think I went like 2-2 my first couple fights. Wasn't taking it too serious, but then I kind of got hooked and just started fighting. You know, there was no money in it back then, so it wasn't like I wanted to make a career out of this. It was like I wanted to go in there and fight, and then just slowly over the years, I was able to transform it into a career. So. I always have a good time in Toronto. I'm always treated really good. Always lots of great fans in Toronto. Great city. Just got on a couple seminars. Been a busy day, but doing well. Fought out in Japan a couple weeks ago, and since I've been busy, went to Thailand after for a few days. I headed to Australia for a week. That was a great time. My first time in Australia. Had a good time, and then went home, and then came back out to Toronto, and then going to Miami to train next week. So pretty much been all over the place lately.
Wow.
Lots of traveling, but it's been a good time. Luckily, I enjoy it. It's tough, you know, especially when you're on the road. So you have to, luckily, my fight gets ended, so I got to take a little time off. But, you know, I'm trying to run a lot when I'm on the road, or if I can find gyms to stop by and whatnot. It's a great base. Part of it is because wrestlers have such good work ethics, you know, and they're good athletes. If you're going to be a top wrestler, you're going to be able to transfer sports. And it's plus there's so many things you can transfer to MMA. And yeah, I started wrestling I think around fifth grade. So I wrestled forever, you know, wrestled through high school, college, and then it was kind of a natural transition to go from wrestling to MMA. Yeah, well, you know, I was an American wrestler, all-American wrestler, and a black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But I feel like those are both great styles, but there's a lot of differences between wrestling and Jiu-Jitsu. And I kind of just took the two styles and kind of blended them together into, you know, what I call American Jiu-Jitsu, which is obviously lots of similarities between the two, but it's kind of not many people blend them together very well. I don't think they'll do one or the other, and I think they're both great arts. So I try to use the best pieces of both of them and keep a high pace, a lot of pressure, and but keep the technicalness of Jiu-Jitsu. You know, and I'm always trying to refine it as well. You know, it's an always evolving system, because I think in this sport, ask Bruce Lee's philosophy. I was never really trying to knock it off, but that's a good example, because he was about always evolving, getting better, and I think I try to keep that same mindset, because I mean, there's always a lot to learn. You know, I can learn all the time. You know, even a white or blue belt, sometimes I'll learn something new from. As long as you're open-minded, you can learn stuff from anyone. So I'm always trying to improve my system and make it better. To get the mentality of like, oh, I'm better than you, or I'm a black belt, you're a blue belt, you can't teach me, but that's not true at all. You know, the blue belt might have a different take on something that I've never seen that completely works, and you know, I'm open-minded and try to keep that open-mindedness to learn new things. You know, if they were being asked, I would definitely do that. That'd be a great opportunity. You know, I helped Chuck Liddell, actually, the assistant coach. Yeah, I wasn't on the show very much though, because they, you know, that was before I signed to the UFC, so the editing, they kind of got chopped out. But it was a good experience, so I would definitely do it again. You know, I've had lots of tough fights. You know, a few come to mind are GSP, Dan Henderson. I mean, I've fought so many top 10 fighters, it's hard to say, but those two just kind of popped out right now. You know, I would like to fight Elberg. He's a tough fighter, someone I definitely feel like I could beat. I'd like to fight Josh Koscheck. That would be a good one. There's a lot of people I'd like to fight, so I'm just kind of just talk to UFC soon and figure that out. It's a sport I love, so it'd be hard completely walking away from it. So hopefully I'll be involved in it somehow. You know, I've coached some fighters in the past, probably get back into that. You know, and just kind of see where life takes me.